actually. But you guys can have it. There are similarities between him and Valverde. You can both see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love Valverde. I agree with Stevie. Like, if I was a manager and I was one midfielder, because he can do anything. He can play from a deep block and he can break. He can protect the fullback, which we think he'll be doing something like that tonight, and tucking inside and helping out. He can score goals. He can make goals. And I think he's as good as a midfielder as a I think the biggest compliment I would pay to him is he's just slightly not as good as Stevie G, and that's a massive compliment. Do you know what I mean? And I think he's a fantastic footballer. He's as a manager, whatever we need to do, he's your guy.
Yeah, Stevie was. I thought Stevie was the hardest player to play against. Stevie could literally do it. I think the one Stevie's got more than Valverde. Valverde is amazing, but Stevie had an extra. Stevie was like, there was strength in him, and he could be physical, he could be aggressive, he was quick, he was powerful, he was skillful, and he could carry a team. And I think Valverde is actually doing that for Real Madrid. He's not the star, but I think he's probably the most important player since Kroos and Modric have left. And I think John makes a good point. I think he's there to help Trent a little bit, you know, to protect him obviously defensively. And that's how good he is, and he can get you a hat-trick, you know, against Man City.
So I think it's fascinating to see how his role will develop today.
Looking at Real Madrid's attack, they're not as fluid, and we've seen that, but they do have big-time players in there that come alive in big moments and make things happen.
Two of the biggest time players in the world. That man, you pick Kylian Mbappe, arguably the most dangerous footballer in the world at the moment. You go and watch him, you know tonight at some point he's going to run past someone like the speed of lightning, and he's going to get the whole stadium off their feet, and he can score a goal from any moment. That's why I call him the most dangerous player. Vinicius as well, I think he's got all of them qualities that Mbappe's got, and I think them two, if you're a Real Madrid manager, you can get a song, get a connection between them two, get them really enjoying playing with each other, then you've got a real chance to win every trophy you go into. Because so talented. And I think tonight, I would start them in the build-up in a more central position, and because I think that puts a real question on both fullbacks. What do they do? Because they can't press into the midfield on the number 10s. Because at any moment you can get, once they get outside of, pardon me, Tar and Upamecano, then
Cek 1 2 cek.
We were just looking at Vinicius Junior there. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe, top goal scorer in the Champions League. But in his absence, it was Vinny that stepped up. Can they coexist there?
Of course they can.
Well,
I think they'll love playing with each other. And I think the one thing in this game is they're going to have to defend because Bayern is so good. And I think they both know that, and they probably will. There's probably other games where maybe they're for worse. I think today and they'll get chances in transition. And I think they're going to thrive. If they're going to do it, Laura, they're going to have to do it together, and they can.
Let's have a little look at Bayern against counter-attacks. Bayern were renowned for high and high presses. You actually spoke at the beginning of the season now that they've changed a little bit this season. Just tell us about that.
Yeah, I think in Vincent's first season, they were so aggressive, but at times maybe they had a little bit of the too high line. You see there at the start distance, so 4 meter difference. I think that's just in case to protect yourself. High turnovers. You know, in all the stats they're actually remarkable, but they're not getting as many fast breaks. And I think they've kind of last season they've learned from that, and I think that makes a good manager. Obviously, you want to be aggressive in the games. You want to counter attack. And this is interesting. This is Real Madrid against Man City. This is their formation. Obviously, Man City are going to come to press. And Gay stays in with O'Reilly and that was actually really important. But if you're going to come and press, this is the first goal. Watch this. It's the same formation, same style, everything. Gay goes in to press.
Because they are similar, Man City
This is the job that keeps on giving.
Check, test.
Bet365 are putting the power in your hands with the UEFA Champions League with their best ever bet builder.
At Bet365, with everything players can touch on. Your bet box, sub on, play on. But that's not all. Our incredible
Why would you build your UEFA Champions League bet anywhere else? Download the app and see why it's never Bet365.
Test.
In a world full of noise and uncertainty, IG is the investment platform that backs you. Get the GPS tips from that guy in the pub. Get real-time insights, analysis, and tools. No fat cat brokers clawing your gains. Pay zero commission on your investments. Switch to a platform trusted by investors for over 50 years. IG trades, invest, progress.
Check, test. Okay.
Tes.
And it doesn't even matter if you use the quick cycle. But what does matter is that you use New Berry 30-minute miracle.
With the combined power of our 5 cleaning gels, New Berry 30-minute miracle tackles even the tough food challenges for the most powerful clean ever.
Not bad. It really does matter.
New Berry 30-minute miracle. Food cleaning.
Right, we'll get cheaper energy. It's just too hard. Not now, though. All big energy is available at lots of different times, like during the day. Or weekends. Just check your energy company's website. Even busy people like me can take advantage. Just get a smart meter and choose a